Breaking and healing can coexist. Forgiveness and the residue of past pain can coexist. Anxiety and safety can coexist. And bold faith with bruised feelings and flesh can coexist. You know, I owe it to you to be as authentic and honest as I can be. And I feel like I share in my books, and I always say that, like, my writing is literally an extension of my soul. But I would be doing both of us a disservice if I didn't speak it to you as much as I write it to you. So bear with me. It's been an emotional few days, but I feel led to share. So let me just do so. So I feel like a lot of us, whether we're Christians, whether we're people on our mental health journey or spiritual health journey, we have a hard time accepting that we can be succeeding and struggling simultaneously. That we can be making progress, but still have pieces that we need to put together within ourselves, within our heart, within our mind. And I so often get people telling me that, you know, I feel like I forgave myself. I feel like I forgave a person, but I must not because I'm still struggling with this emotion. I feel like I'm doing better, but every time I take 2 steps forward, I take 10 steps back. And you have these feelings of being an imposter, not being healed, not being helped, not soaking up the lessons and the wisdom and the maturity that you've gained so transparently and honestly and so raw in your life. And I feel like I have to share with you that that's okay. Because even in my life, I'm learning that that's okay. You know, there are certain spots of my life, and I'm so blessed. I am so grateful. And if I'm honest with you, I'm in a season right now that was prophesied over my life years ago, okay? I am so grateful for that. But even in saying that, would that gratitude bring some anxiety, right? I think we love to talk about the fear of failure, but we don't talk about the fear of success. We like to talk about forgiveness and embracing it, but we don't talk about, okay, but you can still have wounds. You can still have struggles and insecurities. And the only way I feel that we're gonna normalize those conversations is to have them. And also understand that the ways at which you express them bring different emotions. You know, this week I've been having so many just raw, vulnerable conversations with people. And I was saying how one of the things that I'm learning in my spiritual life is that you have different hurdles, right? So when I first started writing and doing articles or doing columns in the newspaper years ago, I had to get over this level of anxiety to share my writing because it was a level and a piece of me that it was scary. It was unfamiliar. And I was also in a season of being still in other areas of my life. Because mind you, you have your spiritual aspect, but you also have professional, personal, mental, emotional, relational, all these different aspects are still a piece of you, right? So in doing that, of course, being obedient and sharing through writing, I had anxiety, I had fear, I had all these different emotions. But at this point, it seems so far until I'm now in a season where I'm in a season of speaking. So I'm saying the same things. It's triggering the same memories. It's triggering the same conversations. But this raw feeling that I have, I still have to learn to make space for and learn to accept and give myself the grace to do so. You know, I was having, like I said, a conversation yesterday, and they can tell, like physically, I was anxious and nothing was wrong. But speaking it brought out a different response than writing it. And I literally had to hear the words, you're safe. You're safe. And I'm a person, I aspire to be a safe space for people. You know that. Like I always say, like my writings are really to make people feel and know that they're not alone. It's for people to feel and know that they are seen, heard, and understood, even in their most vulnerable states. But I have to accept that. And I have to know that if I'm a person that's genuinely trying to be that way in this world, that God aligns me with other people and other opportunities and other environments that have that same motive and that same intention and that same energy. So I'm sharing that with you because you shouldn't be so hard on yourself to feel like you have faith, and not even feel like, to know that you have faith, but still have to make peace and dive into your emotions. No matter how much faith you have, no matter how much emotional intelligence you have, no matter how much education, whatever it is you have, you're still a human. And as you grow, like we always say, as you grow, you outgrow. You're exposed to more within the world, within yourself. You'll have, you might look at old things with fresh eyes, and it will bring a new way for you to be more aware. And what did I get from that looking at it now? It's part of the process. And it doesn't make your journey or your lessons or your strides or your steps to this point less valid, less sincere. It just means that you're still growing, you're still healing, you're still learning, you're still maturing. And all of those things can coexist. So that's the big word. It's not really a big word, but that's the word I want you to take away from this. Is to coexist, which is essentially just existing at the same time or in the same place. You can be thriving in one aspect of your life, but still learning and growing and struggling in another. You can be, you could be a person that has extended forgiveness. And that's one of the things that I feel like we all need to dive into, because forgiveness frees you, but you still have a brain. You still have a memory. You still have feelings. That doesn't take away the fact that you've forgiven others. That doesn't take away the fact that you've forgiven yourself. It doesn't take away the fact that you've forgiven situations or conversations. It just shows you that you still have emotion. You can. There's nothing wrong with feeling and acknowledging pain. And you can both write that and speak that and share that and sing that or portray that however you need to. And that's okay. So exist, evolve, but also embrace the beauty of allowing all these things to coexist as you grow and you heal and you mature and you see all that you have to be grateful for today, but also be grateful for the lessons that you learned in the past, whether the past is years ago or last month or yesterday. So just wanted to share that with you guys and encourage you. So I love you. I hope you have a great weekend, and we will be in touch.